Here I go again on my own. Down the only road I've ever known. What's going on, chat? Live once again. Last week we were the stopgap between the Red Sox getting swept. So we're gonna try and do that again this week. What's going on, Braden? Welcome in. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. What's up, Jack? We were the reason they did not get swept last week. We're gonna be the reason they don't get swept this week too. I believe. I believe. Although the problem standing in our way here. What's going on, Cody? Um, the real stopgap here is the fact that Nick Pivetta is starting, who is just I love Nick Pivetta. He is terrible against AL East opponents. So Cast is fitting in perfectly. Yeah. I think everyone kind of knew he'd be a stud. I actually, to be honest with you, thought it was gonna take a little bit longer for him to fully get his bearings, but he looks I mean, he looks like he's been there the entire season. It's been crazy. Like I thought he was going to start off for like a week and have a little bit of a tough go of it for a little bit, but it's insane. Avoiding a sweep is as good as actually. I just saw a statistic that the Red Sox have lost 8 games in a row at Tropicana Field and are 5-16 there. Tropicana Field is such a dump. In the first game of the series alone, we saw what, 3 injuries? Why do they still play there? Hope that I could turn around today. Yeah, I hope so too. We're talking about what the Red Sox need to do this off season in 2023, which is really all we're talking about at this point, chat. Because I haven't looked at the standings, but my guess is that the Red Sox are now 9 games back. If I was a betting man, let's find out. Yeah, it's not loading. I'll look at my phone a little bit. But yeah, Tropicana Field's disgusting. Who do you think they're focusing on extending next? I don't really know, to be honest with you, Braden. I'm kind of surprised they even decided to go after. Do you guys did anyone watch his presser or listen to what he said about it? He was saying that before the season started, Heim was saying that he wasn't going to sign him. He was going to let him go to free agency. So I don't know. I really don't. I guess it could be anyone's game. It is interesting though that both Xander and Devers are out of the game today. I'm just saying. A little bit interesting because the day before Kike got his extension, he wasn't playing either. Just saying. In ways it's worse in Oakland. Yeah, I would rather play at the Oakland Coliseum every other day than play at the Tropicana as many times as we do in a year. It's crazy. Yeah, well, if I saw when the Red Sox won, what was it? 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row, right? Because they won the last game. Yeah, they won 5 games in a row. The Tampa Bay Rays won 4 out of 5. The Blue Jays won 5 in a row, and Seattle won 5 in a row. So we quite literally did not move. It was insane. But yeah, it's interesting that they decided to have yeah, we're 9 games back, chat. Red Sox need to focus on bullpen badly. Yeah, they have a lot of work to do on the bullpen. Um Red Sox suck. I wouldn't. They're not. I mean, they don't suck. They had a rough year for sure. We're not statistically out. Not yet. I think the statistical number would be 11 or 12 back. Statistical. That's what I was looking up right now. It's the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees. Oof, man. I would honestly rather be in our position than what the Yankees are doing right now. Yeah, but we have a 0.4% chance still, chat. There's still a chance. Um, yep. So we have which kind of wild. Actually, that's what point four. But yeah, Hopefully be back on Friday. Yeah, that did not look he did not look good running down to first base yesterday. I don't think the placement I don't to be honest with you, I don't understand why they aren't being extra careful with those two. I don't know. Like if you're gonna get injured, fine. Verdugo sucks. That's just simply not true. Um, the potential of this team, especially the lineup, is crazy. Yeah, I mean, we saw during the Texas Rangers. Obviously, that's a bad team, but that's what good teams do is they destroy bad teams, and our offense just destroyed that bad team. You know, I do want the Red Sox to finish at 500 or above. Get it to 500. It's kind of wild that the Twins and the Guardians are tied for first place right now, or maybe the Twins are a game behind. Yeah, one game behind, and they're 6 out of a wild card spot. The Central Division's such a joke. It's ridiculous. It would be kind of interesting if Baltimore took out Toronto. Do they play them at all? Red Sox is on steroids. If the Red Sox were on steroids, I think they'd be doing a little bit better. It's all right though. Beast, you're a Yankees fan. What's up, Preston? Oh, they're playing Toronto now. I didn't realize that. I'm an idiot. They need to split this series, and then they come in to us. Then they go to Washington, so that could be easy for Baltimore. Baltimore's got a chance, man. They've got Washington they can beat up on. They've been beating us all year, so maybe they rip us a couple of times. Detroit, Cubs fan, man. Why do you hate the Red Sox so much? Just being a troll. Yeah, yeah. The needs of this team, Jack, are extremely clear. Extremely clear. Wow, Franchi Cordero just went on to the 60-day IL. He's done for the year. Wild. That's awesome, Braden. Yeah. Do you think we still have a playoff chance? Technically, we got a 0.4% playoff chance, Preston. Better than 0. Um, yeah, Braden, we got a really good pipeline. As much as people want to poo-poo on everything that's happening with the Red Sox right now and say that we don't, we do. We have a great pipeline, especially infielders. But yeah, we got a couple exciting names on the pitching side. We got a couple on the couple in the outfield. Yeah, I mean we got some good prospects coming up. Poor Franchi. Yeah, I do feel bad. That looked like it hurt. This is why Tropicana shouldn't be a major league ballpark. Do I like Bobby Dahlbeck? I do. I like Bobby Dahlbeck. Um I like Bobby Dahlbeck a lot. He just, he had a tough year. He did. He couldn't figure it out at a major league level, and I don't know if he ever will. But I do. I think the potential is still there with Bob, but he's a lot like Duran, right? He's just running out of time. He had that, we saw what he can do when he was at his best, but whether or not he can do that for a full 162, probably not at this point. You never know, Preston. I think we do. They mentioned it on the radio broadcast yesterday. They would have to win 22 out of their last 26 games, and someone in a wild card spot would have to play 500. That's the way they get in. I'm here for Maeda only because he throws heat. Yeah, Brian Maeda will be cool. He's been pretty decent for Worcester. Last game is October 5th. Yeah, it's either 5th or the 6th. I think you're right. It's the 5th. We end with, I believe, Tampa in Boston. Let me see. Yeah, Bayo. They didn't bring Bayo up because they thought he was ready. They brought Bayo up because they needed arms. That was the only reason he was up here. Um, but Wolf, yes, it's October 5th against Tampa Bay at Fenway. Where was I? Yeah, no, Bale, they knew Bale was rushed. I don't think they were expecting him to adjust to major league pitching so much, to be honest with you. Who do you think we will sign or trade for in the offseason? Oh boy. Let me answer Yanni first. Hi, baby Kike. Welcome back to the starting position. Or the leadoff position. That's what I'm looking for. I feel you can't do that with yeah, Preston. I'll get to that in a second. Let me answer Yanni because that'll be a shorter answer. They didn't have a choice, Yanni. You really don't. There's only so many people that you can bring up without having to adjust a 40 man to put someone on the 40 man. You put someone on the 60-day IL. There's a lot of stuff you have to do, and so Bayo was more so because it was the easy move rather than the right move at the time. But at the same time, too, right? There's no right or wrong way to bring up a prospect. If he comes in, he struggled a lot, but his last two starts have been fantastic, right? So he's adjusted to major league pitching, I think, better than anyone would have expected. And that's why he's still on this major league roster. We could probably get by without Bayo in this rotation right now, especially in the position we're in, but they're going to leave him. Um, so yeah, I personally would have wanted Bale for a full year in Worcester and then see what he's doing in the off season. But if he's adjusted, man. When a guy's ready to go, he's ready to go. That's just how it goes. Okay, Preston, back to you. Who do I think will sign and trade for in the offseason? This is kind of tough because I don't know what direction. I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of waiting on what they do with Xander Bogarts because if they decide to go with Xander Bogarts, then I think that affects a lot of what they're going to do elsewhere. If they decide not to go with Xander Bogarts, I think it's the same thing. Um, so either way, I think what you need to focus on, right? Because for what it's worth, with the outfield that we have right now, and I know I personally too would like some more power in the outfield, right? We have the second most runs scored in the MLB. We also have the most runs let up in the MLB, or second most, sorry, let up in the MLB, right? So it's clear where our issues lie, and that's on the pitching side of the ball, starting and relieving. So that's what we need to focus on this offseason. Um, Preston, I can tell you exact players, man. I think they should look at Carlos Rodon. Um, there's a couple guys that are going to be free agents that I think could help out the starting rotation. I think that the bullpen, you can look at it there. I think we looked at it last stream. I mean, there's so many guys you could trade for a guy. That guy Zach Gallen on the Arizona Diamondbacks. We could trade for him, and I don't think it would cost a whole lot. Um, so yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't get that either, Wolf. I don't get it at all why they're so bad against the Tampa Bay Rays. They just blew us to death. Um, there have been good news stories this year, and Bale's one of them. Yeah, Jay Martinez looks like Bad Bunny, I guess a little bit. Who do you have penciled in for the rotation starting next season? Oh, we got that twice. I would like to see them go out. One, I want Waka in this rotation. Pavetta's already in this rotation. I think Bale's earned a spot in this rotation, and you got Sale. Those are kind of so those three, Bayo, Pavetta, and Sale are kind of locked in a little bit, right? Then I'd like to see him go get Waka, so that's four. And then if you get, I don't know if you want to get a Valdi back. I would personally go out for Clevenger. I think Clevenger signed an extension with Pittsburgh, or sorry, Pittsburgh, San Diego. But Rodon, I've liked what Rodon. I wanted Rodon this season, and he went to the Giants and did everything. Um, so I'd like Rodon in our rotation. So that's kind of where I'm at. If we can get Evaldi back for cheap, I don't hate it either. So I don't know. I really don't. But I think that's where I'm kind of at right now with no Evaldi. Um, I was watching a post game show last night, and they were saying they were hoping Rafaela will be trading out time with Kike next year. I think they need to go. I think they need to go. Rafael needs a little bit of time in AAA because of his approach. His approach right now is very God, Verdugo. What are we doing? Um, Rafaela has a pretty decent problem with his approach. It's not anything that's held him back yet, but there is a big difference between double A, triple A, and obviously the major league is a whole nother level. So I think they want to see him in triple A a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year if he's getting some looks. Yeah, Jack. This I mean, this offseason is pretty wide open. I think Eric, I think you're right. You know, I think 4 or 5 days after this series season ends, we're gonna get a good kind of idea of where they need to go. Um, yeah, because again, I think it all relies heavily upon where they go with Xander Bogarts. I also, yeah, on the qualifying offer side of things too. Do they extend one to Nate Eovaldi? I really don't think they'll give one to JD Martinez, but Nate Eovaldi maybe. Yeah. What's up, Snowflake? I want Contreras. Wilson Contreras should be fantastic. Yeah, there's a couple of good catching options. I mean, at the same time, too, we could always go back and get Christian Vasquez if we really wanted to. The more that idea kind of floats out there, I really don't think that I really don't think that we bring Christian Vasquez back, which sucks. Syndergaard, Kluber, maybe. I think our entire fan base would go nuts if the Red Sox signed. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. I don't think people would enjoy Kluber or Syndergaard. Syndergaard hasn't been great this year, and then Corey Kluber is kind of like people weren't happy when we signed Waka or Hill, right? Kluber's kind of in the same boat, if not more towards the Rich Hill side than he is the Michael Waka side. What is how's Kluber even doing this year? I don't even know who Kluber's paying for. Isn't he? He's hurt, right? What about DeGrom? I think the Mets are going to throw a bag at DeGrom. I don't think he's leaving New York. I mean, yeah. So Corey Kluber had a 3.61 ERA this year. Oh no, he didn't. He had a 4 ERA with a 3.61 FIP. It's not terrible. How old is he? He's 36. Yeah, it'd be kind of the same thing. Hill's been worth his salary. I agree. I would agree. So basically, we need back end of the rotation arm, of course, relief pitching. Yeah, yeah. What about DeGrom? I answered that. Nate and JD have obviously had bad years by their high standards. Say goodbye to JD and maybe cut a decent deal with Nate. Yeah, I don't think Nate's going to demand a ton of money, especially after this year. We could also do what we did with Kike, right? 1 year, $10 million. Say, hey, look, if you truly believe in yourself, take this deal. You'll get paid a decent amount of money, and you can prove to either us or another team that you can compete at this age without injury. Um, yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Nate here next year. What's up, Iman? Yeah, Chris Bassett wouldn't be a bad one at all. Um, yeah, Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett would be a good one though. I mean, 3.32 ERA. Is this his first year in free agency? No, he's gonna be 34. Yeah, I'd rather have Bassett than Kluber or anyone, but that'd be a little bit more expensive. But if the Red Sox truly want to shore up, really want to shore up that spot, that hey, we want the back end rotation solid, even if that's your 2 or your 3 guy. Um, Bassett's a great option. I like Bassett a lot. I think I'd rather have Bassett over Rodon too. a little bit actually, especially if we can get a healthy Chris Sale. For Evaldi, the league minimum? No, Evaldi's been good for us. Would the Red Sox give away JD and put Josh Bell at DH? No, in all honesty, I think if the Red Sox don't extend JD, which I really don't think they will, I think he's already come to that conclusion. Um, I think he's already come to that conclusion. I think front office come to that conclusion. I think they're gonna have a little bit of a revolving DH, something we're not used to as a Red Sox fan base. But it could be good because it'll get some of those guys on the bench some ABs and to truly help this team out. It'll be able to take, especially when you have Christian Arroyo, if keeps hitting the way he's hitting, right? And you have him as sort of your regular DH, kind of, but you also kind of rotate, Devers, you rotate Xander, you rotate Story into that position a little bit, Tristan Cassis once in a while. Um, I think that could work out really well for this team. Prove it deals make sense. Yeah, I think the Red Sox will do a decent amount of prove it deals this year. Connor Wong, yeah, a couple Connor Wong. I don't know. I also don't know why they aren't playing Connor Wong more. I didn't see who was starting. I didn't see who was starting today, but I don't get why they're putting Pilecki in there at all, to be honest with you. I think they signed Corey Kluber replaces Rich Hill. Yeah, that's what someone just said that too. I wouldn't hate that. I think there'd be a big percentage of the fan base who would go to the default to the Heimblums being cheap. Heimblums trying to get value out of nobody. But yeah, if you want a back end of the rotation type guy, Corey Kluber could be pretty solid for this Red Sox team. Could Franchi break out if he doesn't have to play the field anymore? That's another question mark. I wouldn't hate if the Red Sox. I wouldn't hate if the Red Sox had him on the bench next year. Um, yeah, because I'm trying to go over what our bench would look like. Obviously, McGuire still be here. He's under arbitration. Connor Wong, they probably keep on the team, right? Um, and then you have Arroyo. So you only have one more spot open unless you go with Wong and McGuire. Both is kind of splitting the starting position. So if you don't trade Duran, Dahlbeck, or Cordero, who do you want in that last spot? One of those three. Who you put in that last spot? I don't know. I think there's a ton of potential there with Duran, but I think I go Franchi. I want Ego Dow. Um, I think Bloom's gonna have to gamble on Sale coming back healthy, go a little cheaper in the rotation. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see kind of not small moves for the rotation, but nothing crazy. Like we're not going to get the Grom, right? We're not going to get there's another big name guy. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at that either. But I don't know. Again, I get the big outfielder with power. I get wanting that, but with the outfield that we had now, regardless of how many home runs they hit, right? We have the second most runs scored in baseball, but we also have the second most runs let up. Imagine if we had the second most runs in baseball and say the 13th most runs let up, the 14th most runs let up. How big better of a position you think we'd be in? Probably a lot better. So I want a lot of the focus to be on the pitching side of the ball, whether that's bullpen or whether that's rotation. Probably both, right? That's kind of where I want the focus to be. Obviously the big outfield name would be fantastic, right? Grabbing Judge from the Yankees would be Babe Ruth level astronomical. But now if we're talking in terms of long-term success, it doesn't matter how many Aaron Judges we have if you let up, if we score 6 runs a game but we let up 7, we're still losing. Um the stress of playing outfield then first and back and forth could be tough on Franchi. Yeah, I mean obviously it's tough on anybody. I Yeah, I think it's tough on anybody. So yeah, you could be right. I don't know. Is Tommy a free agent? If so, what will they do with him? So Tommy's got a mutual deal at the end of the year, which means that he has to opt in. The team has to say yes, which I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't do, or if they did do it. He's been all right. You know, he's been decent. If they don't want to go all out on a power outfielder, Tommy Pham could slot in. I don't think it would be that big of an issue, man. Pavetta doesn't have control of the night chat. It's gonna be a rocky one. Red Sox should move their Double A team from Portland to Manch Vegas. The Fisher Cats ballpark is amazing. Yeah, yeah, I love the Fisher Cats ballpark. It's right near where I grew up. Um, but yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense actually. Now that I think about it, why would? Although I don't know how much closer Portland is to Toronto than New Hampshire is. They should spend on pitchers. Yeah. Out of the three catchers in the Red Sox right now, which one do you like better? Like at this moment, it has to be McGuire. Dude's been on fire, and he's been electric behind the plate. Although Wong's been impressive too. Again, let me see who's starting tonight. Oh, Wong is starting tonight, so I'm going off on him not getting playing time. He's literally in the game. um, but yeah, I think right now, based on performance, you go McGuire, Wong, and then what? Plawecki. Done with the Dahlbeck experience reminds me of Sauce fan hoping. Yeah, I love Dahlbeck a ton, but the more you dive into the statistics, the more you look at sort of what his perception is too, because he's been talking to people about his struggles, and one of the things he said was, "I'm a better player when I play every single day." Um, and I just don't think, especially with Cassis coming up and being so electric so early, there's and obviously you have Devers at third base, so unless Bob can slot into the outfield somewhere and give you 30 home runs a year, uh, there's just not an everyday role for him on this team. So I don't think I wouldn't be shocked if a new start for Dahlbeck makes sense for both him and the club. Sean Mania trade for DH. Um, is Mania a free agent? Would you have to trade for him? I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't think the Red Sox are going to um, go super in depth in. Doesn't say if he's a free agent or not. Oh wait, I probably wrote it right here. Contract. Yeah, signed through 2022 season. Yeah, so we could go out. I mean, we can get Mania. Yeah, that's a good one too. He's a Boris guy though. Yeah, I don't think the Red Sox probably won't bring back JD, and I don't think they go out and they get like a permanent DH type player because one, it leaves the door open for, say, in 3 or 4 years, Xander's still slugging the way he's slugging right now, and Mayer's ready to come up, right? That leaves the door open for Xander taking over DH or Devers taking over DH or maybe Blaze Jordan, Tristan Cassis, right? You leave that door open as opposed to locking it down, and then you kind of have a stopgap. The DH position being open for 3 years allows you with a lot of flexibility. So I would venture to guess that if the Red Sox were going to get rid of JD Martinez, then they're going to leave that door open. A lot of speculation that the NBA is about to announce the Seattle and Vegas expansion teams. Interesting to see if FSG will own one. That'll cause. Excuse me. If the Red Sox don't make big moves this offseason, then FSG comes out and says, "Yeah, we own the Seattle Supersonics." Oh boy, the Fenway Park will burn to a crisp. Tampa should move their franchise. I'm sure there'd be more people at the game. I'd be kind of torn, to be honest with you. Also, everyone say hello to my father, John. Um, I would be kind of torn. What do I do? I grew up in New Hampshire. Do I stay a Red Sox fan? I feel like you gotta. Wong is not the Wong choice. Stick with him. I agree, Tupac. I actually really like Wong. Bring back Bach. Bring back Brock Holt. He's kind of enjoying not being on a team. I don't know if he'll ever play on a team again, to be honest with you. Yeah, we went. If Judge signs with the Sox, Verdugo give up 99. I don't know. Ooh, good backup, Kike. Good backup. I would venture to guess no. I venture to guess that that Verdugo goes hell no because I don't think the Red Sox players like Judge too much. To be honest with you, especially after what they did in 2018. Obviously, Verdugo wasn't there, but what do you think a comparable for a Castillo extension or a comparable free agent contract he might get if he walks in 2024? I thought he was a free agent after this year. Am I crazy? Castillo? He's a year of control still? Man, the Reds got robbed. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, he's a free okay, so yeah, he's a free agent 2024. I mean, it would depend on his 2024 season. He's been a little bit rocky. A little bit. Again, obviously nothing crazy here. He's still a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. Um, I would probably venture to guess excuse me. I'd probably venture to guess you're in the 20-25 million dollar range a year for Castillo. I live in Florida now, so I'd never be able to see the Sox if Tampa, the franchise to New Hampshire. Hey, you wouldn't get blackouts on MLB TV because that's good. You think Nolan Arenado is going to opt out? Really? What he's making a pretty decent chunk of change, isn't he? Yeah, Doogie's not giving up his number. No, opt out after the 2021 season. No, I think he only had the opt out after 2021. Looks like he has an opt out after the 2023 season, from what I'm looking at. Oh no, player opt out available after 2021, 2022. I mean, he's making what 35? No, he's making 35 mil a year. He's not going to. No, he won't opt out. I don't think he'll get a better um, deal than that. That's pretty nuts. 35 mil a year. Also, look at Pavetta. Look at Pavetta work, huh? Come on, Pavetta. Trade Bobby Dahlbeck for a bag of baseballs and a washing machine. Bobby's worth more than that. There is still potential within Bobby Dahlbeck. If he gets in and he's playing every single day, like again, it's kind of like Duran, right? Where when he's talking about his struggles, he's talking about the fact that he doesn't want to burden anyone else with his struggles, so he keeps it inwards, right? And that's why he's so hard on himself when he strikes out or watches strike three or whatever. And I'm not going to sugarcoat, he's been terrible for the Red Sox this year, Bob. Um, but that doesn't mean if he gets traded to, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone who would be worth trading for, right? Say he goes, all right. Say we go and we grab what's his face from the Pirates? Not the pitcher, the relief pitcher, Bednar, right? Say we grab Bednar from the Pirates, and in that deal is Dahlbeck and Duran. I can see both of them doing really well without the pressure playing in Boston. I don't know how Bob's doing in AAA actually. I haven't looked at it. We're not going to trade Chris Sale. No, we wouldn't get nearly enough value for him. Plus, I mean, a healthy Chris Sale is enough to bolster this entire rotation. So I don't think people have been talking about Judge possibly going to Sox. I mean, he fits, right? If the Red Sox want to spend big, they want to make a splash. We need a power outfielder. Um, also taking that away from the Yankees would be fantastic. Would I rather have Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani on this team next year? Oh my god, it's Shohei by a mile. We need pitching and we need power. There you go. Both problems solved in one goddamn player, right? A lot of pressure playing in Boston. Some people just can't handle it. Um, was that a walk? Yeah, I couldn't tell. Rosemary. Yeah, Boston's a different beast, man. Boston, New York, LA to some degree, right? With the Dodgers, maybe. Um, yeah, I mean, Boston's a different beast, right? You see some players handle it, you see some players not. You're only as good as you, and it's frustrating for even fans to watch other fans hate on players here because of one bad outing, right? I was fighting tooth and nail when Xander Bogaerts, the captain of the Boston Red Sox, had a bad 3 weeks, and people were like, "Nope, don't want him here, don't want him here." So yeah, I mean, in Boston, you're only as good as your last couple appearances. That's it. And especially for guys like Duran and Dahlbeck who had bad, full 6 months, 4 months. That's tough to deal with. Tough for anyone to deal with. Stripling, yeah, Ross has pitched good against us too. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one to get at all, Em. Shohei's going to be the first 50 million a year player in baseball. Yeah, yeah, probably, probably. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? You got to pay him for the power hitter he is, which would probably be about. If he hits 30 bombs a year, you're looking at what, 25 mil? And then the pitcher, he's if he qualifies, he could be top 3 in Cy Young this year. It's another 25 mil. It's 50 million easy. A problem is longevity with Shohei, right? He's an absolute unicorn. So I don't know how long he can do it for, but at a baby Pavetta, way to get out of that, huh? Way to go. And I think the longevity is something that teams are going to be careful with Shohei. Obviously, I could also see a team being like, we want him here for the fan base, for the money, right? The show base. That would pay him that amount of money, no question. Why the Red Sox need a power outfielder? You're losing JD, who obviously this year was very, you could tell what that power was missing the entire year. So even if you get full JD back, who's probably not going to be back, right? The idea is that you want to replace that caliber of bat with an outfield position. And a lot of a lot of Eric, one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of play people who've been analyzing this Red Sox year have noticed that the outfield doesn't hit a lot of home runs, and that's kind of what they keyed in on as being an issue for the outfield. Like the outfield simply doesn't hit a lot of home runs. Um, my thing with this, Eric, and everything that I kind of rebutted with when people say that is, look, I don't care if you hit 50 home runs a year I don't care if you hit 2 home runs as an outfield this year, right? We have one of the lowest home run rates as an outfield group in all of baseball, yet we were able to score the second most runs in all of baseball. If the production is there, I don't really care. The problem is the runs you give up at this point. It's not the runs that you're producing because the Red Sox are kind of middle of the pack in runs produced per game. But your runs allowed per game are towards the top of the pack. That's the problem, in my opinion. Not sure if you answered this, but who's taking Devers and Bogart's position today? Kike's at shortstop, which must mean, gee, I don't know. I actually don't know. They just showed it. I totally blanked on that. Oh, Arroyo. Arroyo's at third base. Honestly, though, look at Judge stats in Boston or watch him here. Not gonna say this in a rude way to the future MVP, but he sucks at Fenway. Um, yeah, I don't. This is people are gonna destroy me for this. I don't love the idea of Aaron Judge in a Red Sox uniform. I don't. I don't love the idea. Because if we're being totally honest here, right? Judge bet on himself this year, and he's having a monster year. But longevity-wise, this is kinda the thing, right? He's probably looking for an 8 to 10-year deal, probably getting 35, 40 million a year. 1, how long do you think you'll be able to play right field well? 2, how many times during his career has he been injured? 3, when he is playing, he's a great player, that's for sure, but it's not like he's gonna hit you 65, 64 home runs a year. That's just, you know, that doesn't happen in today's baseball. You don't I mean, there's a reason people are very excited about his season this year. It's because it doesn't happen a lot. Come on, Robbie, get down, get down. Ah, man. So, I expect the Red Sox to be in on Aaron Judge. I do. I think, I think it's too perfect of a fit. The problem, I don't think they'll be willing to give the longevity, not the longevity, the length of contract that Aaron Judge wants. You know who I think could give that longevity. I think the Giants could give that longevity. I don't know if the Dodgers, I don't know if the Dodgers are gonna want Aaron Judge. I think the Mets could give that longevity, and I think the Yankees are gonna have to, right? Imagine the absolute mess that would come of Aaron Judge, of the Yankees putting in a non-competitive offer for Aaron Judge. Oh my, talk about a PR disaster. We're talking about how much of a PR disaster it would be if Xander Bogaerts leaves, if Aaron Judge breaks the Yankee home run record, the AL home run record, wins MVP, and then the Yankees are like, I don't know, man. That'd be insanity. That would be absolutely nuts. So I expect the Yankee. Did that get up the middle? Ugh, they're shifting Cassis already. Wild. Yankees won that game. Interesting. So they walked it off. But yeah, I agree with both Jack and Ema on that Judge is staying in New York. It'll be Yankees or Mets. I think those are the two front runners in my opinion. I think when you have that big of a free agent, there are tiers of people who are interested, right? You've got sort of your bottom tier players, um, sort of the bottom tier players, the guys, the teams that are like, we'll dip our feet in the water, see what comes of it. Maybe we'll match an offer here or there, see if maybe he wants to change his scenery. And those are the teams that I'm thinking of. Like the Orioles want to make a splash this offseason. Maybe they surprisingly come in and they're like, hey, we're gonna match the first offer. Um, and then you look at teams like the Giants who have been wanting to spend big on someone, who've been waiting for someone that they truly believe is worth the money. Maybe they start dipping their toe in the water. Then there are teams that will probably be in, but won't be as seriously in to the point where they're matching everyone's offer, right? And that's where I kind of see the Red Sox slotting in here. They'll be in, but with the Mets offers, with the Yankees offers, I don't think they match it. And then obviously there are the contenders, the guys that we need Aaron Judge on this team, especially if the Mets don't win the World Series. Oh man, they're gonna want to. They still got a double header. Yeah, I would kind of like to see the Twins make the playoffs. To be honest with you, Judge saw what Stan got from Miami and said we need some of that. Yeah. How many home runs does Judge have? I believe 55. I could easily see the Sox let Xander walk and sign Judge. Bottom line, you don't give a 300 hitter. That's just not right, Carl. I'm sorry. That's just not true. And he's not. I don't think Xander will sign for 30 million a year. I think he'll be in the 27 range. But yeah, there is there's a lot more to a player than his average and the amount of home runs he hits. A lot more. And I mean, everyone on this channel who's been here for a while knows how much I think Xander Bogaerts means to this team. Um, And I can go into not only just what he brings off the field, but what he brings on the field too, if you want. Like I can go through the statistical leaders Xander Bogaerts is right now in literally every category but home runs. This team lacks consistent power. Like I've been saying all stream, Carl. I'm not sure if you were here to hear it or not, but one of the a lot of people have been saying that, right? Because there isn't someone on this team with 30 home runs, 35 home runs. But right now, they are second in the MLB for runs scored. Second. They're also second in the MLB for runs allowed. You tell me which is the bigger problem. Is it power or is it pitching? Based on those statistics alone, right? Power or pitching? Because I would personally, Carl, and I don't know, I obviously you that's kind of up for debate, but personally, when I look at those statistics, it's like, okay, with the offense that we had, with the injuries that we had, um, injuries that we had, we still were able to manage to be one of the top 5 run scoring teams in the league. But we also gave up the second most. Imagine if they were 13th most in runs allowed. We would be in a position for a decent position for a playoff push, if not in a playoff spot. Do I think the Red Sox can get Stanton? I don't know. I don't know. I also when does when does Stanton's contract end? You think the Marlins come out? Yeah, the Xander sweepstakes is gonna be real interesting. It's definitely both power and pitching. However, they leave too many runners in scoring position because of lack of power. No, they leave too many runners in scoring position because they just simply haven't been able to correct their approach at the plate. I don't care if it's a home run or if it's a bloop single to left field, right? If the Red Sox score 2 runs on a bloop single to left field with the bases loaded, I will take that 10 times out of 10. I don't care if it's off the wall. I don't care if it bounces in front of a left fielder at 78 miles an hour. It's about results. It's not about whether the guys can put it over the fence. Bogart's last 4 seasons prior to 2022, top 5 in OPS. He might not hit 30 again, but his doubles driving runs at more of a consistent pace than any of the top home run hitters. Yeah. 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 I don't understand the he's not hitting enough home runs. We need to get rid of him argument. I don't get it. I simply can't understand that logic. Would it be nice if he hit 30 home runs? Sure. But it's also nice if he has a ton of RBIs off of doubles and a high OPS, so he's getting on base. Yeah, I don't know, Snowflake. I really don't know what Judge's idea for this offseason is going to be, to be honest with you. I think you kind of hit it on the head here. If you want real money and compete for a title, you're looking at Boston, Bronx, Dodgers. I would put the Mets in there as well. Orioles too could be a dark horse. Yeah, I think we talked about this already. The Orioles are definitely going to be in on Xander Bogaerts for sure. Um, I think the Orioles would be more interested, to be honest with you, in Dansby Swanson. Um, I think Dansby fits kind of what they're doing there more. It's going to be a little bit less money than Xander, in my opinion. He's a little bit younger, right? I mean, it's a tier down, but it's a solid, solidified shortstop for the next 8 years. And um, I don't think Dansby is going to be as expensive as Xander Bogaerts. But I agree. I think that the Orioles will be in on Xander Bogaerts for sure. That's why I'm saying, Iman, that there could be a dark horse in the Aaron Judge sweepstakes too in the form of the Orioles. I mean, if you sell him enough, you give him enough money, you say, "Hey, look at our prospect pool, man. Look at." They also too, Iman. They have what's his name, Gunnar Henderson, right? The shortstop that's been absolutely great for them since he's come up. So I don't know. Maybe they realize, hey, we can keep this guy for way less money, and he could turn out to be a Xander like player. Haniger, Naquin, Barkley, Brantley. I would have if you're asking me out of those 3, I'd go, Haniger. Stan's locked up till 2028. Yeah, I didn't think he was a free agent for a while, so that's a question for another day. What's up, Peter? Um, if the O's get Bogart, if any other team but the Red Sox get Bogarts, I will quite literally post video of me crying. That's not that's I'm laughing. I'm not kidding. Besides Devers, besides Devers is going to figure it out, and you give each bogey protection they need. They have Doogie and Stoyer similar to Xander and Rafi retrospectively. Yeah, when this lineup is really because Devers obviously is cold on his own, but what didn't help was that a lot of the team was injured, so they could pitch around him. Now that Story's back, now that Doogie's on fire, Kike's doing really well. There really isn't a guy that you can kind of pitch around in this Red Sox rotation or this Red Sox lineup. Maybe a guy like Ref Snyder, maybe a guy like Wong, maybe, but Wong can take it deep. Yeah, I mean, this lineup right now is deep, and that helps Rafi, that helps Xander right now, and that's part of the reason why Xander's so hot is because they don't want to pitch around him because you got Devers, you got Cassis, now you got Story back, right, and that's kind of when he got hot. McClanahan and Glass now top of the Rays next year is sick. Yeah, that's disgusting. They're good. The Rays have such good pitching, man. It's crazy. Good take on Dansby, the Orioles. Yeah, yeah. I could see Dansby going to the Orioles. Brantley may be a good 1 year DH to solve runners left on problem. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I could also see Brantley kind of wanting a multi-year deal too. I've never. 3 pitchers you bring in to fix the bullpen, 3 you get rid of to try and do the same thing. Addition by subtraction could be a legitimate route with this current group. Yeah. Geez. 3 pitchers I get rid of. I wouldn't bring Sal Moore back up. Um, Brazier, easy. And I'm trying to think of other people in this. Familia, I don't think he'll be back. Those would be my 3. Um, I would bring up Jermaine, see what he can do. I would go out and I would try and get a Rysel Iglesias caliber player. Edwin Diaz is a free agent. There's a couple options. That scoring stat bothers me because the Red Sox had some ridiculously high scoring games that skew the statistics. Not to mention they gave up a month worth of runs in one game to the Blue Jays. True. Yeah, it's definitely skewed, but you also, I mean, you have to include the skewed numbers because if you had a legitimate, you had a legitimate pitching rotation at that point, and if you had a legitimate bullpen at that point, those numbers wouldn't be there too. So while it is skewed, it's skewed because of Red Sox own mistakes pitching wise. Brantley, Gianni or Yanni. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't hate Yanni. I just don't think I don't know if he'd go for a 1 year deal, to be honest with you. What would I do if the Yankees get Bogarts and Devers? This would turn into a Milwaukee Brewers channel. Welcome to the Blue Seats. Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of the reason why, Frank, we saw a lot of these guys struggle for a lot of the year, especially at the beginning here. You had Travis Shaw, who was literally hitting nothing. The beginning of the year, we saw how deadly the middle 3 can be, but when you have the front half of your lineup not doing anything, the bottom half of your lineup not doing anything, man, it's so easy to say, yeah, you know what? We're gonna pitch around Xander. He's gonna hit a single, right? Devers may drive him in, but then after that, what happens? Right? 3 outs, and then we go score 5. Yeah, yeah. Haniger is definitely an option for sure. I think he's a very legitimate option. Go Rays. Welcome in, Kyle. What's up, Thing? Torches and pitchforks. That's what would happen. Yeah, Fenway Park would burn. would burn 100%. Yeah, Fenway Park would be lit on fire. If they got rid of Xander, there would be uproar. If they got rid of Xander and Bogarts, brother, I don't even want to be. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. It would be so hard for me to support that team. So hard. Of all the teams to defect to Milwaukee, I don't know. I thought of the least competitive team against the Red Sox and went with them. Brewers, yeah. We become a Kansas City Royals channel. What's going on, man? Hey, did you see Rob Ref Snyder's playing for you guys in the World Baseball Classic in South Korea? That should be pretty fun. Red Sox 2024 World Champs. If history repeats itself, we're looking at 2023 Red Sox champions. I don't know, man. Sox can keep Whitlock in rotation. It's almost like he has to repeat his starter development year now in 2023. Oh, should have kept Whitlock in the rotation. I was confused by that. Yeah, I I'm trying to say what I was gonna say. Um, I think that they kind of did the. I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Iman. What I'm trying to figure out how to say is I agree with the move because of the fact that our bullpen was in the state that it was in. Um, because of the state that it was in, you had to get someone back there who could close doors, who could be a rock, and that's why Whitlock was moved back in the bullpen. It was because of circumstance. Now you're going into 2023 with a question mark. Where do you go with Whitlock? Do you try him in that rotation again? This time though, I wouldn't, instead of being like I'm gonna stretch. I thought Connor Wong got into one. Um, you know, instead of the I'm going to stretch out Whitlock and we're going to put him in the rotation halfway through the year, let's just say over the offseason, Whitlock, you are going to be our number 5 starter next year. We're going to work with you this offseason. We're going to use, all of our resources to stretch you out so by February whatever, you're starting spring training games as a starting pitcher. That's what needs to happen if you want to do Whitlock in the rotation. So, I don't know, man. If you want to keep him in the bullpen too, keep him in the bullpen. What did everyone think of the behavior of the guy? Oh my god, what a loser. What an asshat that guy was. Oh my god. That interview was so stupid. How at no point and I think it got misconstrued a little bit cuz he did say he did want to give the ball back. But dude, just give the Red Sox clubby the ball and because he was holding on to it because he was waiting for his stuff. Like, obviously, the Red Sox clubhouse manager is not going to screw you out of a baseball. That's absurd. He was, yeah, what a clown. Yeah, I did see that, Peter. I don't know what that means, though. Like, I don't know how to interpret Kike saying that Bloom told his team will be better. And Bloom knows. Bloom has said in interviews that he's not happy with the way this year went. He's not happy with the moves that he made. Like Bloom isn't a guy who's sitting there being like, I'm smarter than all of you idiots. I know this is what the Red Sox should be doing. Like he knows that this year was not a good year for him. I don't know. What are you talking about? I would trade Bogarts and Devers all day for Stan and Judge. I don't think we talked about that, Snowflake, but that is no. I would not do that. No. Yeah, he was a White Sox fan. Oh man, Kike said bullets. Um Yeah, yeah, that guy. I mean, that guy was ridiculous too. He was on his phone with his fiance when they asked him what he's getting. He was like, they were like, "Do you know who hit this ball?" He was like, "No, I have no idea." Holding on to it, just absolutely, absolutely draining the Red Sox everything they get. They were at the point where they had Xander and Devers signing baseballs in the middle of a game. That's ridiculous. What a clown. Bloom needs to his responsibility for this year. Um, yeah, I think he knows. He knows he's responsible, and I wouldn't say fully responsible. Iman, I think you're kind of along the lines too. I think drop. Ugh. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say all of the blame goes on Bloom, but you gotta be accountable for what you did not do. And there were a couple things that he did not do that would have made this team better from the get go. And I think we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll see. We'll see what he can do this offseason. I think that's kind of the telling year. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets fired after this year either. With Eck retiring at the booth, named replacement in the booth, no. I don't think they're gonna. I think they'll keep doing the rotating thing. Yeah, he did look a lot like Ryan Brazier. No, he didn't beg for anything, no, but he also didn't give the ball back. Jason, yeah, I get that. I get what like why on earth would he know who Cassis is? My problem is he once he realized that they were going to give him stuff for the Cassis ball, it kind of all changed a little bit. So that's where I think a lot of people got mad. The fact that normally what happens, Jason, is when someone gets their first home run ball or first strikeout, whatever, and a fan ends up with the ball, you go, "Hey, give me the ball, and we'll figure out what you want and what you should get after the game." And instead, this guy kind of it made it seem as though he wanted that stuff immediately, and that's kind of what rubbed me the wrong way. Was we need this stuff? I need this stuff right now. I'm not giving you this baseball. That's what rubbed me the wrong way. But yeah, I don't think it got blown up because he was a character. If he was just minding his own business, was like I don't know, man. I don't really need anything. I'm just sitting here waiting for someone to come get it. Then I don't think anyone would have cared. Yeah, let's blow up the bullpen to get Aaron Judge. We'll see, Yanni. We'll see if that's kind of the scenario. I mean, that's what it looking. That's what it's looking. Um, yeah, that's what it looks like so far. But again, this is his first year where he's sort of felt all of the heat, and I think that's going to have an effect. So I don't know if that's going to be true. I think someone from ownership needs to hold a press conference to assure everyone that they want to win. Soccer in the music hall can't be a priority. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why so many people have turned against this ownership group, and it's because of the fact that in 2004 to what 2013 probably, this front office was so involved with everything. I talked about it a little bit when I wrote an article about him, where you used to see a part owner at almost every single game. They used to come out and they used to hold themselves accountable. They used to say what they're going to fix and what they need to fix, and they've been kind of dead silent. So maybe a press conference does fix a lot of the gripes a lot of people have with this front office. Gallo to Boston, power outfielder with defense. I don't know about that one. You're right about the defense, but I mean, people weren't happy with JBJ hitting 210. They're not gonna be happy with Joey Gallo hitting 210. No, that's fair, Jason. Again, I agree. I think if you're gonna get something. That's fine. But again, what rubbed me the wrong way is the way he went about it, and the fact that he wanted it now. I'm not saying blow up the bullpen. The comment was screw the bullpen this year. Yeah, the bullpen this year has been brutal. Never, no. Yeah, I've never been to a game. I would figure that, was that a fair ball? No, that was a foul ball, right? That had to be a foul ball. Nope, fair ball. Okay, it is a foul ball. Yeah, the fact that Cassis, I mean, the fact that that guy made such a stink about it did overshadow the fact that that was a wildly impressive first home run from Tristan Cassis, and I am excited to see a lot more too, Jason. John Henry literally building the Winter Classic. Yeah, but Fenway's always been kind of a spot for the Winter Classic, even before they owned the Penguins. I think that's just sort of a now that they own the Penguins, it's a thing. You know, it's turned into Heimblum's trying to make or John Henry's trying to make money. But I mean, they've always done the Winter Classic. While we're watching the game in a dreadful park, is Fenway the best stadium in the U.S.? Um, I mean, obviously I'm biased, so I'm going to say yes. But Jason, which one of our outfielders can hit a baseball? That's what I don't get. But Jack, I would say, I mean, I would say yes, but that's just sort of my silly question. Would you rather see Fenway become a dome stadium or then build a completely new stadium elsewhere in the city? Does it have to be a dome? Can it be like if it's a retractable roof? I'm going Fenway, but no domes. I hate these domes. They're so ridiculous. Oh man. Okay, guys. Homers aren't the only reason you win baseball games. There were only 8,000 fans the last night's game. Yeah. What's up, Philly Central? Good God, Red Sox fans, y'all are having one bad year and want Cora fired. I don't think anyone wants Cora fired, to be honest with you. Y'all the best franchise history wise in the most World Series in 2004. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but we expect greatness. Regardless, 210 for 40 million strikeouts. Yeah, I think Red Sox fan would have a big problem with Joey Gallo. When did they buy the Pittsburgh Penguins? Yeah, I don't think Joey Gallo would be a good fit in Boston. Um 2021? No. Looks like 2021 they bought the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah. I mean, so the year that they bought the they bought the Pittsburgh Penguins not even a year ago. Well, what do you mean they've been crap ever since? Yeah, they've only had 1 year. The Red Sox team has become more of a portfolio to ownership. Other teams come first instead of the Red Sox. You say that, but then I have Liverpool fans reaching out to me saying they think that the ownership's doing the same thing over there. You know? Yeah, the Red Sox suck, Phillies. Oh boy, catch that Kike. Oh no, that's Russ Snyder. Okay, good catch. Whew. This has been a quick game, huh, Chat? Oh, actually, never mind. It's been an hour, and we're only through 3 innings. Okay, okay. So they buy the Penguins in January, and everyone's like, the Red Sox are going to be ass. This is it. This is the end of the world, right? Because of one bad season. I mean, if the Pittsburgh Penguins were bought 4 years ago, and the Red Sox finished dead last all 4 years, then maybe you have that argument. but it has been quite literally, yes, less than a year. Pujols get to 700. I would love to see Pujols get to 700, man. That was my childhood. It was Albert Pujols. I would love it. Yeah, I think he's. I mean, he's definitely got the ability to. He's been on fire since the second half. I wouldn't say the Red Sox suck, just hampered by injuries. Yeah, yeah. Injuries were a huge disaster in our season. Give us Rafi. Yeah, over my dead body. They would have to physically kill me if they want to get rid of Rafael Devers. That's their stipulation. Frank McCourty wanted to build a new Sox stadium in South Bay. Then he bought the Dodgers. Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't know, man. He's only 5 away. I could see it. Yeah, Gord. But what we tend to see a lot too from ownership groups is very quickly owners realize that very quickly they realize that, oh crap, this is a business, right? We tend to see this a lot with owners. Like what Cohen's doing in the Mets right now is he is spending money on the Mets to make them a good team. At some point he's going to realize, ah crap, I need to make money off of this. So yeah, I think all ownership start that way. Are you saying, Carl, are you saying no offense or no offense? Making a massive splash. How close is, yeah, I think we talked about, maybe they should consider getting rid of Cora. They're not getting rid of Cora. Cora is the only reason this team isn't way worse. Yeah, Severino, definitely an option. I think you're right with the injury stuff. That might honestly be a cheaper option though because of his injury stuff. Buy the Bruins. Ownerships build the brand then profit. Yeah, we've seen it 100 times. We've seen it, you see it all throughout sports too. When a team buys a new team, when a ownership group buys a new team, they want that team to do well because that's how they make money. And then the second, they spend a ton of money, it doesn't go well, they're like, "Ah, crap, this is, I need to make some money here." And that's sort of where you get that's sort of where when you start becoming a little bit more frugal with your spending. I wish sports weren't money driven. It would be nice, yeah. Would be nice. Judge doesn't want to stay with the Yankees. I believe, and I can't blame him. The Yankees are an achieving franchise that have a good roster, but the Red Sox always have their number come the playoffs. Facts. I don't think, Jim. I don't think this season will reflect poorly on Cora. People just want someone to blame. To be honest with you, they do. And Cora's at the head of the ship. Heim Bloom's at the head of the ship. They're going to get a ton of it. But Carl, why can't they do both? People want Judge real bad. Why not both? How about Zach Gallen? Yeah, that was really impressive. Yeah, very, very, very impressive what Zach Gallen's doing. Panda for sure. Panda for sure. I mean, give Cora any competitive roster and he does really well. Any competitive, healthy roster, he's gonna be in the postseason. We saw it. We saw it firsthand. He's had a winning record 3 out of the 4 years he's been here, and this year he could still have a winning record. It's not like we're gonna have a losing record in 2022 confirmed. There we go. Xander's not opting in. I promise you. Xander will not opt in. There's a 0% chance Xander opts in. A zero. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get him back either. Yeah, everyone, everyone wants someone to blame. I've been trying to figure out who to blame. I've made videos on it multiple times this season of who to blame for this Red Sox season. Yeah, I'm at the point now with Waka that I'd be pretty shocked if the Red Sox don't make any moves to resign him at all. I'd be shocked. Did he now T5? Yes, for sure the National League is a better half of baseball right now. 100%. Dodgers, Mets, Braves alone are better than what our top 3 teams, which are what? Seattle, Houston, and New York? Yeah. I mean, if the Red Sox were in the National League, we would be already statistically eliminated. Snowflake, if the Red Sox were genuinely tanking, Trevor Story would have never been signed, and they would be way worse they would be way worse than they are right now. They wouldn't be 3 games below 500. They'd be like 10-15. They are not tanking on purpose for a high round pick. No. This is what I'm kind of talking about when people are trying to find someone to blame. Yeah, the AL Central is terrible. Yeah, Snowflake, they still didn't start tanking halfway through the season. They wouldn't be 3 games below 500 if they were tanking. They'd be 10-15, and it would be a lot more obvious. Trust me. That's pretty wild though, T5. If that's true. That's crazy. Yeah, JD's on his way out. Um, Central's a dumpster fire. Xander Lee's does Story move to short? No, they want Story as a second baseman. They got Story for a second baseman. I don't think. I don't think that they would move him over to shortstop. No, especially I mean if they were gonna do that right, and you weren't gonna try and re-sign Xander or go out and get a shortstop, then just force Xander to switch. They had that ability. They didn't. I think Story was here for a second base position. Score a run here, gentlemen, huh? What do I think the worst division in baseball is? It has to be the AL Central. It has to be. They're terrible. What's up, Ethan? All good, man. NL is loaded aside from the heavyweights. Dodgers, Braves, Cardinals, yeah. Phillies, yeah. San Diego, yeah. Yeah. The National League's disgusting. They have no chance of winning anything except for a high first rounder. Yeah, they didn't do that on purpose though, and they're not going to get a high first round pick being middle of the pack right now. They're middle of the pack right now. They're not tanking. Do you think Valdez will take over for JD next year? Possibly. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. He definitely could. I think they'll use it more as a I think they'll use it more as a revolving door, but yeah. Xander's an Oriole, sadly. Xander's on the Red Sox for 5 more years, I promise you. Also, this thing just shocked me. That hurt. Did you hear that, Chad? Was there anything on the mic? That hurt. Move this back a little bit. Jeez. That, that hurt. You think the AL West is worse? Let me see the divisions. Let me take a I'll take a peek. We'll take a peek here, Chad. Take a peek at the divisions here. All right, Chad, you tell me which is the worst division. The Central, where the leading Guardians are 70 and 64, and their worst place team is 52 and 85. Oh, you're right. This is kind of tough. Although the West has Houston and Seattle. Those are two of the top 3 teams. So I still think as a whole the Central Division is weaker division. The AL West has a much higher like separation between first and last place, but as a whole, oh crap! Come on, Christian. Brandon Hyde, is Brandon Hyde the manager for the Mariners? Because I think he's a pretty decent candidate for AL Manager of the Year. Yeah, but everyone in the Central is mediocre. Everyone in the Central is mediocre this year. Surveys. A report said the Orioles would offer him 300 million if he became a free agent. Maybe, yeah, but I mean the reports about them being in on Correa were about the same too, and Correa didn't want to go there. I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't know. They go all in. We kind of went over this a little bit, T5, and one of the things that I mentioned was there are some candidates out there right now in free agency for shortstops that to me look like a little bit of a better option and fit for the Orioles and Xander Bogaerts. I think Dansby Swanson 100%. Um, I even think a little bit of Trey Turner. If Carlos Correa opts out, then there's a pretty decent chance he gets the bag from the Orioles. Yeah, I wouldn't say Xander's at the top of the list. I think they'll be in. Like I said, I think they'll be in on Xander Bogaerts. I think a lot of teams are going to be in. Hyde is the O's. Yeah, that's a good question. Iman, I would have to give it to Hyde, to be honest with you. With the possibility of shedding contracts with Xander, JD, Vasquez, Evaldi, can you remember an offseason when they had more money to spend? No. No. There's a lot of openness this offseason. That's why I'm saying I'm giving Heimblum this offseason to show us what he can do. AL Central by a mile. Ugh, crap. Come on, Ref Snyder. Yeah, I get what you're saying, T5. Yeah, I'm just trying to like mentally try and figure out if the Orioles would be a legitimate place for Xander. I think they would, but maybe the beginning of the off this season they were like, yes, we are going all in on a big guy this offseason. But then they realized, hey, that kid Gunnar Henderson's doing pretty well for us. That kid Adley Rutschman doing pretty well for us. They need starting pitching like we need starting pitching. I could see us and them battling for a couple of starting pitchers this offseason. Definitely. Yeah, I agree, Iman. I think the AL Central is a much worse division this year. It's weird to see the Mariners doing well after that speech. Was that the owner where he was like talking about Julio Rodriguez and he was like, the dude can't even speak English? Was that I thought that was like a GM or something that immediately got fired. Yeah, we're allergic to runners in scoring position for some reason this year. It's crazy. All right, so we're dead middle of the pack record wise. It's not. I mean, that's not a high. Yeah, they're not tanking. Not tanking. I hate the Euro so much though. Wish they would just switch divisions. Never consider them a rival. MLB needs to kick the Orioles out of the AL East. The AL East needs to be broken up, man. At some point here in the next 2 or 3 years, if not, obviously this year with the Mariners doing well, but if the Mariners weren't doing well, it would quite literally be from the AL. It'd be Houston and 4 out of 5 of the AL East. That is ridiculous. And I don't know. I don't know if the schedule where we play the AL East will be better or worse for that. I think it'll be worse. Yeah, I remember if that's the guy, Gord, if that's the guy whose video leaked of him being like, "Yeah, this kid Julio's good, but he can't even speak English. He'll be nothing." That if that's the guy you're thinking of, then yeah, he was like a GM or an assistant GM or something, and he got fired very quickly. I think the owners, for the most part, have a good ownership group. From maybe what I can tell, at least they seem to want to be competitive every year, and they definitely went all in this year. Yeah. I mean, the Mariners are good too because they got Glass now, Robbie Ray's settling down a little bit. They got Castillo. They got a pretty decent back end of the bullpen. You got Ty France. Haniger's been great this year for him. JP Crawford's had some big moments. Yeah, the Mariners, man, they're kind of an anomaly. I would listen. I know rooting for a team in the AL is kind of taboo when you're a Red Sox fan, but I would kind of like to see the Mariners go deep run this year. And the next year it'll be our year, obviously, but I would like to see it. Just like if the Orioles go on a run too, that'd be kind of cool. Just because of, the kids that are playing with them, it's pretty cool. Like it's a pretty cool group of kids that are playing for the Orioles right now. It's hard to hate the Orioles. I agree. I don't like the Orioles because of how they play the Red Sox. Same with the Toronto Blue Jays. I hate how the Toronto Blue Jays play the Red Sox. I would rather watch a Yankees game um, every single time than I would watch a Toronto Blue Jays game against the Red Sox. That's my least favorite team in the AL East right now. Oh God, come on, Kike. Kike is one of the most athletic people I've ever seen. Randy Rosarena just grounded out to Kike Hernandez up the middle. Yeah, Snowflake. That's Julio Rodriguez, J Rod. Yeah, I would like to see the Mariners in the postseason. We kind of ruined their year last year. Well, them and us and the Toronto Blue Jays did, but my preseason pick was Mariners over Phillies in the World Series. Is Philly in a playoff position? Is Philly Central still here? I'll just look. Yeah, they are. Oh wow. San Diego and Philadelphia are tied for the last wild card spot. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. What is going on here? Oh, it's because it's okay. I see. I see. So once either the Braves or the Mets take over the first spot in the AL. What is that? NL West or NL East? Then the Phillies and the Padres will be in. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think we'd all like to see J Rod as a Red Sox, but it's gonna be a long time till that happens. It's gonna be hard for anyone coming out of the NL. I think whoever wins the AL will have a much easier time doing so. It's gonna be hard to beat Houston. I don't think to be honest with you, the Yankees. The only reason they even have a good record right now is because of the hot start they got off to. That's literally it. Um, I mean, that's quite literally it. I don't think the Yankees are as much of a threat. Houston's going to be tough to beat. Seattle's been going nuts. Toronto's always kind of a threat because of their offense, but I don't know how well they'll do in a postseason. Um, yeah, I think the NL is going to be a dogfight. Philly, I couldn't even imagine the stress you're in right now, man. Should do a game where we name two divisions and have a debate on who's better. I mean, we could if you want. If you guys want to, let me know and we could do that. Kike may be a better shortstop than Bogey defensively. Bogey's in almost elite defensive territory right now, which is crazy. Crazy because the main argument against Xander Bogaerts is he doesn't hit home runs, then he has no range. But right now, I'm actually looking it up because I wanna double check it. I'm waiting for it to load, chat. Outs above average. Xander Bogaerts right now is 90th in outs above average, 90 percentile. That's like unheard of for Xander Bogaerts. That's quite literally top 10% in the league. That's crazy. That's crazy, chat. Like that's otherworldly. Look, let's compare that to Carlos Correa. NL West versus AL West. It has to be the NL. Red Sox, yeah, they need to put a C on his goddamn jersey. Carlos Correa's outs above average, 20th percentile. Means he's in the 20th percent while Xander's in the 90th. Don't even come at me with defending Xander Bogaerts. I will body anyone in stats who thinks Xander isn't the best option for shortstop at this. On this team, there's no one, or in this league, there's no one better for the Red Sox than Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. I will body you. This is the one thing, like we'll playfully banter back and forth. This is the one, genuinely the one thing where I will fight you tooth and nail to the bone for. I agree, Jim. Red Sox should put a C on Xander's uni. Yep. Man, this dude is carving us up. Oh no, this isn't even the same picture. The Rays are just it is. The Rays are just carving us up, man. Good lord. San Diego over Seattle a slam dunk. Like in terms of better team, I don't know if San Diego over Seattle's a slam dunk. I think they win very closely. But that also includes a very healthy Fernando Tatis Jr., which obviously has its issues, right? So I would say yes, definitely better, but by a slimmer margin than I think people think. That baby Kike. All right. American League has won 9 straight All-Star games or 21 3-1 in the last 25 All-Star games. True. What's up, Celtics fan? All right, chat. NL East versus NL East versus NL West. Who's got the better division? I think it's NL East. I think all in all, NL East. Because after the you have the after you have the Dodgers, which are obviously the best team out of both those divisions, and the Padres, who you could argue are just as good, but also they would still be in third place in the NL East. You got Colorado, you've got the Diamondbacks, and you got who? All right, hey, yeah, we got a little rally going. Don't say anything. Yeah, I think it's NL East by a landslide if we're talking more rounded. If we're talking more rounded teams, we had Franchi. Can't even say AL East because I think you. What about NL East versus AL East? Chat. Who are you taking? I think there are going to be some people who surprise us here. And don't say just because the Red Sox are in it, they're better. Like this year, performance wise, I think the NL East is a better division. I mean, the first and second place teams right now, the two tied for first place in the NL East, are atop the AL East pretty easily. The Phillies, those are 74 and 61. They would be one game out of a wild card spot here. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, true. Washington does kind of skew that a little bit. You're right. Yeah. You know what? That's a good point. We don't have any super weak teams anymore. I think the AL East makes more sense in a total division. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, I'm on the AL East bandwagon. No one yell at me for saying NL East. I thought about it for a second. I'm an idiot. Come on, Doogie. Pulling out, Doogs. Doogie, doogie, dooga, doogie, doogie, dooga. Maybe if I turn my hat around, chat, it'll be better luck. No runs have been scored yet. Let's see. Yeah, but Ethan, there really aren't any like weak teams right now, right? In the NL East, the Washington Nationals are dreadful, right? Like just not going to be competitive for probably a long time. So, yeah, I would say the AL East 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position this series. Yeah, that can't be possible because we've scored runs this series. Yeah, that can't be possible. All right, way to lay off, Doogie. Come on, baby. Doogie hits a 2 RBI double radio chat. Book it. Am I the only Sox fan rooting for Judge to hit 660? No, and honestly, to be honest with you, one of the only reasons I am rooting for Judge to hit 60 is one because the Red Sox aren't going to come close to sniffing the division, but two because he probably won't be a Yankee next year. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. That had to hurt. Judge is good for the game. You're right. Yeah, I mean the home run race combined with the MVP race. Um, those are both super hot topics for people who don't love baseball. So come on, Doogie. Ah, crap. That's too much foul territory. Oh no, we're good. Okay. I'm taking AL West over NL West. Really? I mean, yeah. I think the Padres would still be over the Seattle Mariners. I don't know. They wouldn't. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, you're right. Technically, we'd all love to see a clean home run race. Yeah, I think everyone would enjoy a clean home run race. Yeah, that would be fantastic for baseball. I would love to see Otani and Judge go head to head on a home run race. I think that would be insane. Imagine the Angels go all out and grab Judge. Hey, whoa, watch it, Chirinos. Red Sox pitching coach should be changed. Yeah, I think we'll see some managerial decisions this offseason about switching positions there. Dave Bush might be on the hot seat. What's his Fabulous, right? He's the pitching or hitting coach, I think. Yeah. Who else is in the NL West or AL West? Hustle Doogie. Ugh, crap, dude. Come on. All right, chat. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh man, I had to sprint. My cat loves to be here. For those of you who've been in the stream when the cat was in the stream that one time, where she went all up in my jerseys. Yeah, so now she like loves it. And when I'm streaming, obviously she can't be in here, or she'll destroy the jerseys. So I have to like dead sprint from my bathroom back into my stream room, so she doesn't get in here. It's a workout. You know what, Chad? We're gonna put the headphones back on. I think that's what's changing this. What's turning this game around, chat, is the headphones. Oh, put them on backwards. Hold on. Oh wow, look at that. We're leading the league in fielding percentage, chat. Fewest errors. That's crazy. I did not know that. We might need the headband. I know. I have it right here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Chat, I'm not going to say anything, but did you see the amount of hits the Rays have? I'm not going to say anything, but just take a look at how many hits the Rays have. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, chat. I was low key hoping that Devers and Xander were off today working on their contract extensions, because that's what happened with Kike Hernandez. Obviously, I don't think that's what's happening now, but we need Michael Brantley. Shh. No one say a word. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. That one's on me. That is on me. Ah, Corbin. Come on. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Ah, I don't know where that pitch missed. Also, Gamerson said it. Gamerson said it too. I I I I'm lost for words, chat. That one's on me. Ah, crap. Back to Michael Brantley in left field. I could see it a little bit. Oh, oh, easy, Snowflake. Easy, easy, easy. You're good, Gamerson. I was just messing with you. Yeah, I think Mitch Haniger. Whoever brought Mitch Haniger up, it seems like a good option. I like that. I like that option. Any chance he gets traded? I don't know. That's a good. That's a good. Good question, Iman. I don't know, man. I think. I think yeah. I think there's a chance he gets traded for sure. I don't know how big of a chance it is, though. I think he's on this team next year. I think he is. I thought that was so gone off the bat. Oh my god. Strike. Give it to him. Who did what was the Pavetta trade? I don't even remember a Pavetta trade to be honest with you. He just showed up one day. Yeah, I think we traded Brendan Workman. Wow. Okay. And Heath Hembry for Nick Pavetta and Siebold. Wow. Pavetta has been kind of tough against good teams. Um yeah, there are definitely some issues with Pavetta, but you got to remember Pavetta's only 3 or 4 years into the league, I think. You know, you still got some growing to do. I think yeah, I think there's something there with Pavetta, but I think you're right. Terrible against good teams. Also, something he's been dealing with this year too is injuries. He's been dealing with his back. Remember when he came back and his velo was down to like 90, 91? Yeah, I think that that definitely has something to do with it too. So I don't know. A clean year from everyone. What's up, Edgar? I really liked something that a podcast said. Um, recently, and that was if the Red Sox played this season over 10 times, right? From day one to day from that was man, this is what the Rays do, man. They bloop you to death, and it is the worst feeling in the world. Like that like it's unbelievable what they do. They just bloop. That's all they do. Everyone except Randy goddamn Rosarena. They all just bloop. Yeah. What was I even talking about before that? I got so distracted. What was I talking about? I don't even remember, man. I really don't. Yeah, I hate the Rays. I really do. David Price retiring after the season? Good for David. He's got what do you guys think? He borderline Hall of Fame career? I think he's a borderline Hall of Fame career. What are our thoughts on David Price in Hall of Fame? I don't think he makes it, but I think he's borderline. Oh man, now I forget what I was going on a rant, chat, and the stupid bloop hit distracted me. Yes, MLB notifications app. I do know that the Red Sox are losing. Thank you. Like JD, he'll be discussed. Yeah. Does JD get onto the ballot? I mean, he really only had what? 2018, 2019 was really good for him. 2020 was not great. 2021 was decent, but fell apart towards the end. Before that, obviously, his big season with Detroit, his big season with the Diamondbacks. He had like 5 or 6 years of dominance. I don't know. Yeah, he might. You're right. He might get some consideration. You're probably right. Which team you don't like going against? Oh god. Like my least favorite team to go against, it's the Toronto Blue Jays. I hate watching Red Sox Toronto Blue Jays games. But Tampa might be up there. I also uh, I think I guess Houston Astros are fun to watch. Yeah, it's Tampa or Toronto. Thank God Kike decided to throw that to first base and not to third. Oh my lord. Whew. In retrospect, the bullpen was always too weak to be truly competitive. Um Big pity as the offense could be outstanding. Yeah, I mean the bullpen was such a big reason why we didn't do well this year. I still go back to those early months and think back to the 15, 10 one-run games we gave up in the 8th or ninth inning, and ugh, man. I don't think home runs will keep. I think if Bogarts wins the batting title this year, obviously it's not a huge deal to win a batting title. Still a nice thing to add to your resume, right? I think if he has another 2, 3 years of close or over 20 home runs and gets to 2,000 hits, is it 2,000 hits? Yeah, 2,000 hits, I think. One of the milestone hit markers. I can't remember the exact number right now. I think he is over. No, I'm gonna Zach Kelly warming up chat. Yeah. Hold on. Now I'm thinking hits. Yeah, if he gets to 2,000 hits, and he can have another couple, close to 20 home run seasons plus a batting title here and there, I think he has a good chance. Yeah, I like Kike coming back. What I'm saying is though, Corbin Xander's losing power, meaning his days of MVP races are over. Yeah, but I don't think you need to win an MVP to get into the Hall of Fame. I don't think you have to. Bogey's a good shot of 3K hits, which would automatically get him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. But I even think, he's been on the league, what? This will be his next year will be yeah, 2024 will be his 10th full season if you don't count 2013 cuz he only played 18 games. Yeah, but if Xander does end up leaving, I could see there being a curse for sure. All right, boys, let's score a singular run, please. Yanni, what's the new profile picture? I can't really tell from over here. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Eddie. That's something that when people start crap talking Bloom so much, people start crap talking Bloom so much, people forget to mention the fact that he passed on Eddie Aces and went with Waka, and people were super upset. Oh my God, would that have been disaster? An absolute disaster. This 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 team would be absolutely in shambles if Eduardo Rodriguez was in this rotation. That guy does look just like you, my guy. I finally caved and I bought an SN360 chat. He gets 2K. How old is he now? He's 30. You think he hits it? Actually, yeah. I think you're right. He has 153 this season. He'll probably get what, 170, 180 this year, right? With all the games you have left, probably 160, one. Oh, he could definitely pass 160, 170, 180. Yeah, I think you're right. He'll be over 1,400 by the end of the season. True. Do I like Tristan Casas on the Red Sox? I love Tristan Casas on the Red Sox. Casas. Tristan Casas. I got to used to saying that. I like Casas though. As a true Yankee fan, I must admit our franchise is really 0-27 in the World Series, and all our rings are Mickey Mouse. We're the worst fan base in the world. And the Red Sox own us in October, by the way. Hmm. Celtics, I have a strong feeling you're not. Trevor Story. Starry. Trevor Starry. You just found that? Is that a message? Yeah, Iman, you're probably right. Yeah, Tristy Cassis will be fun to watch for a while. Oh man, come on. Chat. 0-6 with runners in scoring position today. Brutal. I think even if he doesn't move to DH, if he's playing consistently, I think he'll get that. T5, you're that much of a menace? That's hilarious, actually. Yeah, I think I could see, if Dever or Xander can keep up 20, 30, 20-ish home runs a year, close. What's Xander's at 12 this year, right? Yeah, he is 12. If he gets to 18, is that really a down power year for Xander? Like genuinely, that's not really like a down power year. Xander's best power year was 2019 where he had 33. If he had 18, he'd be right around his average, I think. Do I like the idea of putting Rafael Devers as a DH? I don't know if Rafi likes the idea of getting I don't think Rafi likes the idea of being a DH every day. So also X is collecting silver slugs. He may get his fifth this year. Yeah, I mean, yeah, who else at shortstop in the American League is gonna get that? Correa definitely not. Um Slug. Yeah, but his slug's kind of right around average too. 2015 420, 2016 466, 17 403. In his last 2 years, 502, 593, 466. But this year is also his best OPS plus year since 2019. That's pretty good. Yeah, Gamerson. Xander should be a fairly easy Hall of Fame. I don't think first ballot, but um, yeah. Honestly, is Valdez an outfield future? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a. Jeez, that was oh man, what a good play by Walls. Crap. Yeah, back to the Jeter thing. We've talked about this on the stream before. I think I don't like Derek Jeter. You can find me all you want. I don't like Derek Jeter. Verdugo's gonna sneak into the Hall of Fame. Fair ball. Come on, Arroyo. All right, Cassis, do something, baby. Come on. Do Red Sox have a history of slugging shortstop? I think I got Nomar. I don't know who else though. Slugging shortstops. Arroyo injured himself. Lovely. We don't have an option. Arroyo, suck it up. Has there been a Hall of Famer from Aruba? I don't think so. No. Why is Cassis hitting so low? Come on, Ref Snyder. Do something, dude. At least get on base and move it to the next person. Come on, buddy. All right. Hey, we don't swing at those. We do not swing at those. No, Jack, to answer your question, there's never been a Hall of Famer from Aruba, it looks like. Jeter Down's been very disappointing, yes. All right. Griffin would like me to share. Oh my God. Come on, guys. Griffin would like me to share what he thinks the Xander Bogaerts contract will be for the Red Sox. He think it'll be 2 years. After the second year, it'll be a player option. After the fourth year, it'll be a team option. 30 years the first year, 31.5 the second year, 30 the third year, 25 the fourth year, aka 4 million 100 or 4 years, $117 million. What do we think, chat? That's a lot. That's a lot for me to say. Yeah, I do like Connor Wong. Let's just go with the chat. I'm gonna make this easy for you. 4 years, 117 million with a 29.5 average annual value and two options. What do we think, chat? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm in for it. Come on. Come on, Robbie. Oh my God. What are we doing, chat? Yeah, I think everyone's in agreement. Bogarts could do better. I mean, if you look at an average annual value, I don't know if he can. 29.57 million a year is pretty good. I think that's pretty close to everything you're gonna get for him. I don't think he's gonna get like a 10-year, $300 million deal. I would use that as kind of a starting point too and work on years and player options and crap like that too. What was the offer? It was basically it was 4 years. I'll throw it up again. Hold on. 4 years, 120 million, basically with a 30 million a year average annual value. I think yeah. I think that'll be I think that'll be good. Yeah, I don't see why anyone would hate that at all. At all, chat. Yeah. This is one of those games where a one-run deficit feels like death. Just wave goodbye, Xander. Eric, I'm gonna make I'm going to make if the Red Sox slash when the Red Sox resign Xander Bogaerts, I'm gonna make a video that I just specifically share with you, and it is gonna be 4 hours of me laughing while scrolling through his baseball reference page. Yeah, but Gord, everyone in all of baseball is doing that. Everyone in all of baseball is doing that. The Dodgers are beating up on the bad teams. The Yankees are beating up on the bad teams, right? It's not just the Red Sox. That's why it works. That's why it's an average because it's compared to the rest of the league, and the rest of the league are playing the same exact teams. Can we get someone across home plate, please? Is this the lowest home run season for the Red Sox? I don't know. I could probably do that on Baseball Reference. This is what happens when you take Devers and Bogarts out the lineup. True. I don't. Well, Bogarts is hurt. I don't know why they take Devers out if Bogarts is hurt. Xander was the 20,000th player in baseball history to make his debut. Yeah, that sounds about right. Gamerson. I don't. Why are people so prepared to lose Xander Bogarts? Like Iman, why are you so okay with letting him go? I don't get it. I don't think JBJ is helping us that much, to be honest with you. T5. Eric, I know you just want to see me mad, and you are. It is working. Stop. I know you are. I know you are. How do I get year-to-year totals on Baseball Reference? So I am predictable. I've gotten used to it a little bit, Eric. You'll still get me once in a while, but there are times where I'm like, I could probably, I can get over this. because we know Ryan Bloom was brought in to cut costs, not win championships. That's exactly why he was brought in initially, guys. That was why he was brought in initially. The plan is for him to spend now and not be. There's a difference between being cheap and being frugal, right, Gord? I think we've talked about this before. So it's okay for the Red Sox to be frugal with their money. It's not okay for them to be cheap. And right now they're being frugal. It's okay right now. If they go into this offseason, they don't pay anyone, we're not going to have a competitive team. And they know that. We'll see. Pavetta did toss a great game. Kind of sucks that he's in line for the loss because he had a great game. Good luck, Gamerson. 2015 was a really bad year for the Red Sox, home run wise. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm trying to find it again. I can't find it. I'm just an idiot with this. Yep, you're right, Eric. Yeah, it came in the what's this, the sixth? Yeah, it came last inning, Frank. That's why we're so prepared. Yeah, well, listen, I guess I get the idea that hey, we lost Mookie, we're gonna lose Xander. But I mean, that was one person under Heim Bloom, right? That was one homegrown talent we lost, and that wasn't Heim Bloom. That was the ownership saying we don't want to pay Mookie bets. It is. It's a defense mechanism for sure. All right, let's score a run here. Chat, it's time for the headband. It's headband time, chat. But like my question is, Iman, why wouldn't you be heartbroken? Like I get people who are all over statistics, and that's kind of their thing, and that's how they want to, that's how they want to view all this. Oh, jeez, this is a tough headband day, chat. This is a tough headband day, chat. We're gonna have to figure this out. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, we got the headband on, chat. We really did get his best years. Yeah, but this is I mean, we're talking about a guy who I get the decline in power. Okay. He's about to win a batting title and he is in the 90th percentile for outs above average defensively. That is his best contact season. That is also his best defensive season. All right. Like I don't understand why. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan, you will be heartbroken to see Xander go, whether you want to admit it or not, because anyone who's saying right now they're okay with Xander leaving are the same people that are going to be like, well, no, this ownership doesn't want to spend like all this crap. Like they should have brought him back, like all this crap when he does leave. And that's why I'm confused why you guys just don't. Let's root for him. Let's root for him to come back. Oh man, we have a 0.2% chance. Yikes, that is terrible. I would be shocked if the Red Sox did not make a competitive offer at Devers. That makes no sense. Now, if you want to try and make sense out of not paying Xander, fine. Not paying Devers is just there's simply no logic behind that besides you're cheap. I mean, Devers is quite literally a future. If he continues to improve every single year, he's a great chance of being a future Hall of Famer and maybe even first ballot, depending on how his career goes. Genuinely, I want Cassis to go yard right here, right now, chat, live on stream. Give me Cassis' second home run right now. Cassis is a big body. Cassis, I know this is said 100 times. Cassis is a huge dude. A huge dude. Come on, Cassis. That yeah, okay. Iman, I see where you're coming from, yeah. I think more so, your outlook is more towards I loved the player and I want the player to be happy, but there are some people who, there are people who no, he did not. No, he did not. What? Oh my god, Cass is getting robbed blind. Are we gonna replay that? We're not gonna replay that. That was ridiculous. Connor Wan about to change this. Okay. Next pitch, Connor Wan about to change this. Benintendi, I love Benintendi as a person. As a player though, he struggled in Boston. T5, he did. He struggled in Boston, so I kind of understand that trade too. I don't think that was we're cheap. We're not going to pay him. I think that's we don't think he's going to succeed to the point where if we pay him, it'll be a waste of money. Okay, Connor Wong Loki kind of fast too. Will Aber get 700? Yeah, I think what he's only five away, right? He's only five away from 700. Come on, Kike. Kike, what, 2 for 3? Yeah, 2 for 3. Give it to me. It's kind of weird how Brian O'Halloran doesn't get any flack for any of this. It's all I'm Bloom. You think Xander Bogaerts is a better chance of the Hall of Fame than Devers? It's still pretty early in Devers' career, though. I wouldn't T5. I wouldn't say there's no value in the Benintendi trade. I still think there's a lot of hope for Winkowski. I do. I wouldn't say that Benintendi. Plus, Benintendi also yielded what, three other prospects that are just all in low A right now. We're not going to hear from them in a while too. It's just too early to say that it was a cheapo trade and we got no value out of it. It's too early. We can revisit that trade in 5 years. Let's see what Winkowski can do. Let's see if Cordero can figure out a spot on the big league team to be productive. But I'm curious, Iman, why do you think Bogey has a better chance than Devers at the Hall of Fame? Weren't they rebuilding? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they wanted the veteran presence. I'm not sure. Kike solo shot. I like it. Oh my god. No, we got Jeter Downs, we got Connor Wong, and we got Doogie for Moogie. All right, Chad. Griffin would also like to share his um Griffin would also like to share his Devers contract. Let's see. So the contract starts with his 2022 cap hit bypass, making next year's salary 17.5 million. Next is a 7-year fully guaranteed no trade clause worth $182 million, making him a $26 million a year. Then a team option in his 8th year for 24 and a team option in his final year for $20 million. So essentially, this is Austin Riley's contract with more protection, more money. It's the biggest. It'll be the most paid third base contract out there. What do we think, Chad? Fan Verdugo Story have to do something. If anyone's going to do something in this lineup tonight, it's those three. Anyone else think Core's lineups are sometimes whack? Well, Bogarts is hurt and Devers is dealing with something, so there's not much you can do. It's good. Lock him down forever. Yeah, I kind of like that too. 7-year deal that could possibly turn into a what 9-year deal. I like it. What do you mean aside from that? That's the reason this lineup is whack, Nate. It's weird because people can think we win or lose a trade, but um change their mind once they see how stuff plays out. Is hindsight the best only way to judge a trade? Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Can you give me an example, Nate? I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. Yeah, Maddie. I think I mean because for a lot of trades, right? A lot of it has to do with prospects. You're not going to be able to tell whether or not a prospect is good or bad until they either get to the major league level or they don't. Am I the only one who thinks we should lock up Doogie before we have to pay him too much? What's Doogie? Doogie a free agent after next year too? I think he's with the Devers boat, right? I think he is. Let me double check. Yeah. Oh no, he's not till 2025. I think they give him, toward the end of 2024 and then figure it out. Griffin came in, secured the bag for both the players. I like it. Price's contract helps with that too. It's all right, Celtics. I say my real name at the beginning of every video. Yep, Griffin coming in to save the day. I like it. You didn't mention dumping half of Price's contract. We've talked about it before for sure. Yeah, we've for sure talked about the fact that you've got Evaldi coming off the payroll, you've got JD probably coming off the payroll, you've got a ton of the bullpen guys coming off the payroll too. There's a lot of people in that bullpen who are free agents after the end of this year. You've got Xander probably, hopefully not fully off the payroll. Yeah, and on top of that, you got Price's contract. Yeah, Price was we were paying what half of Price's contract until he retired or his contract was up. Yeah, God, Tropicana Field is the worst. Yes, technically Xander will be off the payroll this offseason. You got it right, Eric. Problem is they're going to re-sign him. Bloom sweating right now. Yeah. Hey, if that gets it done, I'm in. Good night, Celtics. That's a true statement. What if the Red Sox extended Keegan to play shortstop full time next year and cheap out and don't sign a shortstop or extend Bogarts? I don't know why I even thought of this. This is my worst nightmare. No, I don't think so. I really don't think that's going to happen. I like Ian Happ actually. If we're talking in terms of adding bolstering up the outfield a little bit, I kind of like the Ian Happ though. Yeah, no. Kike has said multiple times that he wants to be a center field. He doesn't want to be a guy who's kind of out of position. Yeah, I don't think they'd sign him to be center field. But yeah, Mystic, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. What Strom hit a guy? That was quick. I looked over at Chad. I looked back, and all of a sudden he's got a runner on first and second. Sawamura back. Is Sawamora's contract up at the end of this year? I think it is, right? He doesn't have to do arbitration or anything like that, which is kind of interesting. Oh, he does. Wow. Signed through 2022. Okay. So he signed through 2022, 21, 22, and a 2023 team option. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they took the team option, but I don't really want it to. You know my feelings on Salmar, Chad. Another run by Tampa with 2 outs. I hope not. Where are you putting Arroyo? Arroyo, Verdugo, Bogey, Devers, Story, Cassis, Martinez, Pham, Kike, then McGuire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you got 10 in there. Where are you putting Arroyo? I think Bogarts and Walker are 2. All right, come on, Strom. Don't do this, brother. Please don't do this, Strom. Yeah, I don't know if Tommy Pham's not re-signed. It's a mutual option, so they can either pick up his option. Hopefully this goes well for us, Chad. Just strike him out, Strom. Come on, baby. True, Jack. Um, I'm surprised Cora hasn't changed up the order all year. It's clearly not working. He's messed around with the order a little bit. You got Verdugo leading off or second now instead of Devers. Oh no, Chad. Oh my God. Out. Let's go. Okay. Whew. All right, chat. This is it. It was the headband. I'm telling you, it was the headband, chat. The headband's coming back. It's making a comeback. Yeah, Mystic. I think that's that's part of the issue. Who's the best pitcher in the rotation, including Evaldi and Sale? It's Sale. Fully healthy, it's Sale. True. This year, Waka. What's my most valuable baseball card? That's a good question. I don't really know. I think monetarily. Oops, what was that? Oh, it was my headphones shot. Um, yeah, I think monetarily it's my autograph Nick York. My favorite one's my autograph Rafael Devers. AK people are at the Trop for a game. I bet if Sox fans ever banded together for just one series and gave a low attendance like that, Henry would never say the words "got payroll" again. Maybe, maybe. Going to the Red Sox, yeah. Let us know. This year, do I see us re-signing Ref Snyder, or should we focus on bigger names? I think it depends because if the Red Sox, okay, so if the Red Sox opt in on Tommy Pham and they take that option, um, and then they go out and they get a Haniger, an Ian Happ, or someone like that. Now you got four outfielders, five if you have. He missed the tag. Five if you include Ref Snyder in there. So I don't know, man. If the Red Sox want to go out, they want to get a person, they want to get an outfielder, and on top of that, on top of that, they go out and they re-sign Fam. Yeah, I could see them not re-signing him. But I like Ref Snyder. I think he found something here in Boston. So we need a guy with a nasty forkball. What was the pitch where when Daisuke first came over? What was that? Remember that? It was the gyro ball. Oh my god! Everyone's like, "This guy throws a nasty gyro ball." I didn't see it once. Yeah, I don't want Fan back for over his mutual option. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see Fam opting out and trying to. He's a bit of a journeyman though. I don't know how much of a contract he'll get anywhere else. He'll be getting what, like 6.5 mil next year. I don't know. I could see the Red Sox not wanting him back. To be honest with you. Japanese pitchers like the forkball. I wish there was more funky balls thrown in. You don't really see any knuckleballers anymore. You don't really see any of those like funky pitchers. Fam has really given us a decent leadoff hitter. Yeah, he has. That baby Tommy. All right. Oh yeah, of course. Japanese baseball isn't the same as American baseball, but I'm just saying it would be cool to see it. A little bit of a funky stuff. Tug McGraw. There's no way. Name some people like baseball players in the 80s, 70s, and 60s are just a who has a child that's like, I'm gonna name him Tug, right? It's such a ridiculous name. No, yeah, I don't know if there's a DH to be honest with you. All right, Doogie, let's do something here, huh, brother? Brother. Tungsten Arm O'Doyle. Going to Baseball Reference right now. I'm telling you, man, there's so many wild names. Raleigh Fingers, Goose Gossage. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But like in the 80s, there was no internet, so it was between obviously the parents, right? And and they had to figure out what the name was, and they went with Tug, right? Tug. There's one person watching right now whose name's Tug and just unsubscribed. They were like, "Well, who's this idiot? Tell me what their name could be." I mean, my name's Corbin, which is a little out of the ordinary. All right, all right, all right. I think he gets to 290, Ethan. I don't know if he gets past 300. I think he gets close, like 293, 294. If he keeps hitting the way he's hitting. TV show fantasy princess. What do you mean? They've got 17 players from this team returning next season. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount. There's also a pretty decent amount of people not returning. Ball, let's go. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, they're okay. Here we go. Bruce Botched. Oh my god, I hate. Nothing makes me more angry with the Rays than the way their pitching coach runs out onto the mound. It. Oh man, does it rattles me to my core. Watch him jog back, Chad. Oh, seriously, Jack? That's unbelievable. Rusty Tours. This is what I'm talking about. What were we doing back then, Eric? What were we doing back then? Andy Etchbaron, Ike Hampton. Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah, it is. Glide. He's like an antelope. He like glides his way to the mound. The Tampa Bay pitching coach. Oh my lord, Shoeless Joe Jackson. Shoeless is a pretty good nickname. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, he does. Yeah, Joseph, he does. But he also wants to make it look like he's trying to get to the mound relatively quickly. So he like fake jogs. It's bizarre. Ah, Trevor wanted to go deep. Kyle the Antelope Snyder. Yeah. There is no way there was a professional baseball player named Stubby Clapp. No, I refuse to believe there's a real baseball player named Stubby Clapp. Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm convinced Kyle the Antelope Snyder is actually Slender Man, just with his day job. I mean, it's terrifying. He just like, yeah, I could make a game out of playing which baseball player's name isn't real. If I ever interview, um, if I ever interview a major league player, chat, that's the game we're gonna play. Oh, story, don't do this, brother. Snooty Babbitt. It's just no. Shooty Babbitt, it's even worse. Oh god. Dale Strawberry's a tough one. John Glasscock. Oh god, good lord. I found a player named Dickie Thon. Oh man. Shooter McGavin. That's from Happy Gilmore. Man, this is hilarious. I knew that one, Gordon. Yeah. I believe. I believe. Yeah, that's a real name. Yeah. William Van Winkelwolf. That's insane. Bonzer. No. Come on, JD. Come on, baby. Chat, you distracted me here. All right. Budweiser. All right, boys. Come on. Goose Gossage. Yeah, that one. That's like an infamous one. JD's not productive at all. Not yet. Wonder Moms. I like that one. Yeah, no, there because baseball's such a like a historic thing. There's just a ton of ridiculous names. Get this one, Julio Daniel Martinez. All right, chat. We're dialing in here. We're dialing in here. Cannonball. No way. JD didn't steal the base. No, no, that was Trevor's story. He stole the base. All right, chat. We're dialing in. No more funny names. We got to focus up. We got to focus up. 1-1 here. Bottom of the eighth or top of the eighth. Man on first or second and third. One out. JD's having a little bit of a tough time getting people across the plate recently, but he has heated up a little bit. A home run, a double in his last series. This series, kind of nothing to show for it. What's up, Frost? Here we are. Oh, it feels like something's stinging my arm. What's going on? Anyways, here's the pitch, chat. Nope. Here's the pitch, chat. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 95-mile-an-hour fastball at that. Down the middle. And when I mean down the middle, I mean middle. That was at the belt, down the middle. And JD just could not catch up to it. Urban Shocker? No way. That's a real person. Yanni Aurelio? Nah, that one's not bad. That sounds normal. I like the first name Yanni. The Red Sox have won at this ballpark. Yes, they are not completely scoreless at this ballpark. They won one. They are 1-8 this year. Oof, at this ballpark. That is brutal. All right, chat. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. JD pops it up, center field. Definitely an easy play here. Rosarena. Tommy Pham thinks about it. Doesn't end up going home. JD once again cannot capitalize with runners in scoring position. I love JD a lot. I don't know how upset I'm going to be to see him go, to be honest with you. Like what JD has done for this team and for for this city and stuff has been fantastic. I don't know. All right, here we go. Christian Roy, who's been hot lately, steps up to the plate here, Chad. He already has a double in this game. He's going to swing at the first pitch, ground one weakly to third base. Here comes Yanni Diaz, tosses it, and yet again, Chad. Yet again. The Red Sox cannot capitalize on runners in scoring position. I like Christian Roy's approach to the plate because it works out for him a lot, but sometimes in these tight ball games with runners on second and third, just take a pitch. Just take a pitch. You did not need to swing at the curveball low and inside. You want Yandy Diaz in Boston next year? That could be a decent Maybe, slightly decent option for, yeah, that could be a decent option for a DH next year. Yeah, pitching coach, he's terrifying, I'm telling you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone in Red Sox Nation will always respect JD for what he did for this team 2018 through 2021. I think now it's just sort of, you've helped us out a ton. You'll always mean a lot to us, but yeah, it's time to move on. I think everyone's kind of on the same page by that. Obviously, the hitting coach is the big villain of 2022. True. Yeah, but Gord, what do you like? What would you have done in that situation? What lineup would you have had in that situation instead? That's just like, what else can they do? Josh Bell for DH, maybe, but he's gonna try and get. Although he's having a pretty bad second half, I don't know. I mean, Josh Bell, I guess, could be an option, but I don't think. I don't think he wants to be. Although he was D. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting hypo. The true. I always forget that Eric Hosmer's still on this team. To be honest with you, I totally forgot that. I think they might even let go of Eric Hosmer after this year. To be honest with you. Yeah, I mean the JD one, he just simply couldn't catch up to a fastball. That's just kind of who JD is now, which kind of sucks. And Christian Arroyo, yeah, he shouldn't have swung at the very first pitch. Ah, crap. Rip. Okay, the Nesson camera crew needs to take a hike, man. I can't do this anymore. I simply can't do it. Every ball hit in the air, I think, is long gone. I literally just said, "Ah, crap." Chad, what do we even talk about tomorrow if the Red Sox get swept and they don't score a single run? What do we even talk about? It's just gonna be an entire 8-minute video on Tristan Castis's first home run. Like I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, yeah. Castis's first AB I thought was tank too. Yeah, Trevor Story's so good. The Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, we'll just talk about the Milwaukee Brewers. I genuinely don't know what to talk about. I would love if Xander and Devers are off tonight because they're working on an extension. That would be nice. And then I get the news tomorrow, and that could be the video. Because I don't know how to summarize this for you guys and be like, yeah, it was a great time. Who replaces Hosmer for backup first base? I mean, I wouldn't hate Bob as our backup first baseman. I think Arroyo could play backup first base. Connor Wong can play backup first base. Um, if they keep Franchi, maybe Franchi backup first base. I know, terrible option, but at least there's a body there that knows how to play it. There are a couple options for someone, not Hosmer. I could also see the Red Sox trade Hosmer this offseason. An 8-minute video just screaming into a pillow. uh, okay, Carl. Again, man. A home run would have been great, yeah, but a bloop single with runners on base probably would have been better in this situation. Like, would have done the same job. It's not power, it's clutch hits. Franchi's gonna be a DH next year. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's the way they go. This dude Peter Fairbanks is unbelievable. Yeah, situational hitting, I would say, is a bigger issue. Look at Trevor Story, he's just a god, dude. This is unbelievable. Oh my god. Trevor Story is an absolute animal. Carl, think about what you just said. Doesn't matter if you hit 50 home runs a year if you aren't a clutch player, because then those home runs don't matter. I firmly believe if Trevor Story played an entire year at second base and didn't get hurt this year, he would have won a Gold Glove. No question, actually. Cassis defense, yeah, Cassis has been fantastic at first base too. Uh, I think you're getting these kind of backwards, Carl. You can't teach clutch. How do you teach clutch? You get stronger. You can get stronger and add more power to your swing. Definitely. Um, yeah, you can add power to your swing, definitely. Speed, yeah, sometimes you're born with speed, sometimes you're not, but you can also teach yourself to be a faster hitter. You can't teach yourself to be more clutch. It's a lot harder to teach yourself to be clutch than it is to teach yourself how to become a little bit faster and a little bit stronger. Yeah, Jimenez wins second base for sure. Gold Glove's a little bit funky. Like, I don't understand the metrics they go off of. Like Eric Hosmer's been an average defensive player his entire year. He's got a couple of Gold Gloves. Derek Jeter's been average statistically his entire career. He's got a couple of Gold Gloves, right? What's up, King? All right, Sox. One last chance. One last time. I need y'all to roar. Oh, what's this? This is a new guy, right? What's his name? Almonte on break at work. Nice. Well, you tuned into one of the one of these slower games on this channel. That would be awesome. Those are gonna be dumb expensive though, King. That would be an awesome game to be at, though. An awesome game to be at. All right, come on, Almonte. Oh, your dad has season tickets though? Then all right. Well, that helps a little bit. That helps a little bit. We did fan base's top 5 favorite players. Now we do top 1 least favorite. What do you mean? All right, file it off. That would be amazing. If you saw Albert Pujols' 700 home run, that'd be insane. Looking struck out? No, he's still up to bat right now for me. Oh, top 5 favorite players? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, King, that's a game you never forget. No, he struck out swinging. All right, Tristan, come on, baby. Who's your least favorite Red Sox player of all time? Two casts this on. This would be a perfect time for one. Least favorite. Babe Ruth, that's a good one. Pablo, that one's definitely yeah. I think that's mine too. We have been fooled by their pitching strategy. Yeah. Travis Shaw. I wouldn't put Travis Shaw as my least favorite. Oh yeah. Rusney Castillo, that's a good one. Kurt Schilling's very polarizing for sure. All right, come on, Tristan. Oh my god, those are disgusting. Spaceman Bill Lee's your least favorite? Oops, sorry. Erstad? I don't know who Erstad is. Oh, come on, Cassis. He called Zimmer a gerbil. That's a funny insult, though. Yeah, that doesn't look like a slide. That thing is disgusting. Come on, Tristan. Ah, baby. All right. No, I did not see Don Zimmer. It's a little bit before my time, Eric. Just a little bit, though. See you, King. Thanks for stopping by. Check that picture for sticky stuff. Yeah, this dude is nasty. No, he did not. Thank you. All right. Get out of here, King. This is AI baseball. All right. Yeah. Billy is hilarious. Yeah. We only watch the AL. No such thing as an NL team. Oh man, that is gas. Good lord. Imagine coming off the bench and having to see 100 miles an hour. Come on, McGuire. I met Oil Can Boyd actually. Oh man, come on. He's just torching us with this fastball. It's 100 miles an hour with movement. He's 3 for 4 with Pete Fairbanks. That's crazy. If you only watch the AL West, the Red Sox are a great team. True. Come on, McGuire. Loop one. Dude. We're just sitting there watching that. What are we doing? Get the bat off your shoulder. What was that? I mean, that was dead down the middle. Mayer's not gonna get called up to the big leagues next season. No shot. He's not even in Double A yet. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, uh, okay, we got swept. Trade Xander. Got it. I mean, listen, chat. If you think about it, right? If we think about it, technically, we won that series because Tristan Cassis got his first home run, right? I think we can all agree there. Tristan Cassis, we win that series because Tristan Cassis hit a home run. Ugh, chat. Is it the headband? It can't be the headband. Can't be the headband. Well, I mean that was as typical as a Red Sox game we've gotten this season. I think 10 times they left runners in scoring position. Decent pitching, offense doesn't come through. Um, yeah, I mean the game didn't matter, so I appreciate all you guys hanging out. I really do. I think we had a ton of fun together. We did 3 hours and 1 minute, about to be two. So thank you all if you've been here for a minute. If you've been here for 3 hours, I appreciate you. If you haven't hit the sub button, be sure to hit the sub button. If you haven't hit the like button, be sure to hit the like button. I will be with you guys tomorrow for a recap video of this series. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna recap because this was a miserable series. But either way, it was a ton of fun hanging out with you guys. Um, appreciate you all, and I will see you in the red seats.